Yes, you speak.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our NGH Washington monthly chapter meeting for November. Excited to have everyone here virtually as well as in person. My name is Jody Solberg. I'm the chapter president, and I want to tell you a little bit about our organization, and then we will introduce our beautiful speaker who happens to be one of our board members. So NGH Washington is the National Guild of Hypnotists Washington State chapter. And you can be a member of NGHWA and not necessarily be a member of the greater national organization, but you absolutely can do both. And it's $50 a year to be a member of our chapter. You can join on our website, ngh-wa.org. Lots of amazing benefits. You get to really not just be by yourself in business like so many of us are, but be connected with each other. We have these chapter meetings. We do have our events each month. So the second Saturday of each month, we have our chapter meetings. December, we do have a holiday dinner. So it's a little different, but it is on the second Saturday. So details for that are coming. And we have our World Hypnotism Day in January, which if you're a member, you get a discount toward. So that's going to be January 10th. And it's an all-day event. It's going to be in Montlake Terrace again. So excited. And that is also up on our website as well as in our newsletter to go ahead and register. We'll make sure everyone has the link for that, as well as it is on our meetup. And you also get listed when you are a member in our directory on our website, so people can find you as a hypnotist and hypnotherapist here in your area. So those are some of the benefits of membership. We have some wonderful people here in person with us today, including some of our board members. Our secretary, Damon Green, is here with us, and our membership chair, Barbara Decker. And today I have the pleasure of introducing another one of our board members, our vice president, Tina Worthey, who's going to be speaking on hypnosis for head, heart, and gut. So Tina, come on over. I'm going to give you the floor, and we're so excited to hear your presentation.
Thank you, Jody. And I'm excited to be at this location specifically here in Greenwood because this is the library in which I met most of you and Jim that day when I was a total newbie and then quickly felt so welcome. And Danny, yes, and then became involved in this wonderful organization. And since then, I've grown my business as a hypnotherapist, and I'm so there. There's so much possibilities within this thing we call hypnosis. So I thought my intention with this presentation today, I'm totally winging it because I'm so busy right now with clients and learning new modalities. But that's the beauty of self-discovery is learning that we have it all within and to trust the moment and the unfoldment of what's supposed to be rather than a pre-programmed concept of what it should be. So here we go. So my intention is to explore the evolving definition of what hypnosis is. Then I will briefly talk about my experience with my first experience of the World Hypnotism Day in Vegas. And then of a technique I learned there, briefly called head, heart, gut. And then lastly, to actually demonstrate that with hopefully one of you. So be thinking about if anyone has a conflict about something in your life right now, conflicting intentions or a roadblock where you feel stuck. Then I can demonstrate this head, heart, gut technique um, here in person, and we'll just see how this evolves.
Yes.
All right, so I looked up Webster's definition of hypnosis. According to Merriam-Webster, hypnosis is a trance-like state of altered consciousness induced by a person in which the subject readily accepts suggestions. Yeah.
Reading that, because it's saying that a guy is putting you in a trance and then he can do whatever he wants with you.
Exactly. That whole frame kind of designate like somebody doing something to somebody.
You can describe it as somebody that is a child and wants to help that person, whatever that person's challenge is, help them get in touch with their own.
Right. That's what, right. I much prefer James Tripp's definition of hypnosis, but this one also implies that that it's somehow sleep-like. Yeah. So, the definition I prefer, by James Tripp is hypnosis is the engagement of a person's beliefs and imagination in creating for them an alternate subjective reality. Now that opens the door. Because for me, hypnosis is not about, a hierarchy of any kind. It's an invitation with two or more individuals, to, how does it say it, to in a co-creation, of an alternative experience, a shifting of, um, to see things from a perhaps a different perspective.
Yeah, everything I'm working on is hypnosis kind of like a bad, definition.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why is that?
Why is that? I personally believe it's because, in the medical model right now, the doctors are supposed to be the ones with the power and the ability to fix you, right? So this doesn't lend itself into that paradigm. This is a paradigm where people actually shift, get better, transform, transcend. Doesn't keep you stuck in the you know yes, very good. Very good.
It doesn't say what a wonderful feeling to yeah. And if you've ever seen some stage shows and people act like a chicken on the stage, it doesn't give hypnosis a good name either. Yeah. Because they're afraid that you're doing something against their will.
Mhm. I work both as a hypnotist and in the mental health, and yeah, they still have these very outdated beliefs. So I'm very glad that I'm about to meet in England. Apparently, hypnosis and hypnotherapy is much more accepted, and they're so in that more accepting environment, they're able to take it to new levels now. So, that's why I was eager to go to Vegas to actually meet, James Tripp. So I got to meet him in person, attend his workshop, and he's a genius, but he's very cerebral. Um, um, so I wanted to simplify his technique of head, heart, gut, um, in a way that for me is more practical and useful. I also met, Melissa Tears over there. She's a New Yorker, and her lens is kind of, she has her own approach to this head, heart, gut technique as well. And it was interesting to see their different perspectives and how they utilize it in their practice. Um, so let me start by framing it the way James does, in that we have within the human, we have different systems of intelligence. We have our mind, we have the conscious mind, the analytical mind, which probably in society we're very heavily biased towards. So, there's a lot of people that live in just the analytical mind and make all their decisions from there. But if you think about it, our analytical mind is only what, 7 to 10% of our brain, our mind. So Other systems of intelligence include our subconscious, our what are some of the categories he talked about at first? The metaphorical, these are his words, that's why I simplified it. Interceptive, our energetic body, our episodic, memory-based, the somatic, the body, all of these different systems of intelligence. But to simplify that, and once I learned this technique, I applied it on like every client for like the next week to put it in practice, see what it would work with and work. But it worked really well with almost everything. Before I got the note that don't use it for this, but you know, I just tend to dive right in. And sometimes the head heart gut thing would take the whole session, the whole hour. And sometimes it was just a quick check in for the last 5 minutes to reinforce the work we'd already done. But again, it's a way to shift lenses to our different layers of self, which yeah, provides different information. Okay, so for me, it's dropping out of the head, and I go, what does that drop into your heart? What does your heart know about this?
There's brain cells in it.
And then drop further down into that. What does your gut know about this? Your gut also has
The 10th cranial nerve.
Mhm.
Stimulated. Yeah.
Yes. And another thing that's been brought to my awareness is back to the analytical mind, which thinks in words and thinks linearly, past, present, future, bases all its decisions on what's already happened in the past. Even in that construct is limiting because you can only base it on what you've already experienced, your map of reality. Okay, blank. Thank you. Again, the basing just your decisions on the analytical mind is limiting. Oh, I know what I can talk about. So the words can lie, words can deceive, but when you pay attention to what the body's doing, what the physical expression of your client is doing, the body never lies. So the head, I can hear the clients are saying words, but their body is giving me some other communication. And with this, I always ask, okay, what does the body know about this? If you notice your client doing anything with their body, bring their attention to it. Like, what I noticed you just did something. What is that part of your body trying to communicate to you right now? And this opens up yet another layer, a system of intelligence. Our body is its own system of intelligence. So,
It's better to do it in person so that the practitioner can observe like your body. You know,
sure, I'll just speak for myself. For me, it's in person is always my preferred, but online is also you can do a lot, and because of COVID, we all discovered this, right? Or that you can because of our quantum entanglement, we have this connection anyway. I just have them usually move so I can see more of their body instead of just their head. And as I develop my own um, sense of the tools I can use, then I do utilize more of the body, just like Danny just did for me. Yes.
I'm fascinating is that Freud, 85% of our day is run by the subconscious and 15% is conscious. And that's the same thing with food.
Yes,
hypnosis.
I think 15% is generous.
Yeah. So, you know, that's how people have so many misconceptions about hypnosis. They think, you know, that we're doing something really weird, where our subconscious is controlling 85% of that day, and you don't even realize it.
Mhm.
So the conscious mind is only working a small portion.
Exactly. So that's what I try to bring to people's awareness who are just very analytical. And I'm guilty of this myself, just being stuck in my head too much. So, I encourage them to check in with your different systems of intelligence. And I love that frame, so simplifying it to head, heart, gut, and body. So, does anyone have a conflict or a something you'd like to get more clarity about, where your head is maybe telling you something the rest of you isn't, that would like to come and let me demonstrate this technique with. And another beauty about this, James Tripp, his stick is hypnosis without trance. So you don't even have to do a form of trance with this technique. I kind of leave it optional. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. People that have some trepidations about hypnosis. So tell me your name. Ian. Yes. You do it very good. Thank you for volunteering. Yeah, so is this something that you don't mind sharing a little bit, just minimally, so we can get an idea of what your head is telling you about this current situation in your life, or something that you have perhaps a conflict about?
So, going through the divorce, currently I have a conflict between whether to stay at the current house or move out of it. So the analytical part tell me that,
What does your head know? What is your head telling you about
yeah.
this?
So my head is telling me that I should stay because of financial and logistical reason, where my heart is debating whether that option.
Sure. So let's stay with the head for a moment. What else does your head know about this? What else is your head?
Situation.
About the situation, what it's, the analytical mind is probably got its
Yeah, so the analytical mind, that like I think about, that like the financial benefits and the memories were created there, and and the home that I live in is basically almost like my dream home. But like the location,
so that's
uh,
memories.
the
Yes.
memories, and also all the things that come with the house in the materialistic way.
Okay, so that's what your head is informing you. Now take a moment to, with your eyes open or closed, drop into your heart space. What's your heart?
And my heart says that this this time to begin a new chapter.
And your heart is informing you that it's time to start a new chapter. What this new chapter be like?
Scary.
A new where? A new when? Oh, I just mean, what is your heart in um, informing you about this new chapter? What would it look like? What would it feel like?
What does it feel like? So the way that I think about it is like in my head. I imagine
Just
it's interesting.
See, we're so used to.
Is imagination the heart of the head?
Oh, what is it for you? Maybe that's a whole different system of intelligence within you. Would you agree that we've got these different systems of intelligence within us? Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that's a new piece. This imagine, just your imagination.
So I feel
It's
Um,
nice, yeah.
like this is something that is not happening yet, but the way that I feel about it is if I start a new chapter, that my heart would feel warmer, but guilty.
Hmm. Hey, very interesting. So this is
And
part of
it's guilty in a way, but part of it doesn't want to let go.
this part that doesn't want to let go.
Yeah,
It's the other part.
really want to say seek for a new beginning, living of the heavy darkness behind.
You're leaving, notice your body did something, leaving this heavy darkness behind. What does that know about?
It's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It knows something. What does your body know? Yes. That's starting a new chapter.
Can you give me some examples? Because
No.
this is
Because I'm not you. What your, Just what your hands are doing right now, actually. They're informing you something. It's when you tap into that
like reassurance.
assurance. Reassurance. Okay. Tune into that reassurance. The body. This chapter. The reassurance. You're like in the body. It's your body. It's this.
This is crazy. I really never pay attention to these things before.
Hey,
Yeah.
all the trillions of cells and beings that make up us, right?
This is fascinating.
And they're all in cooperation with the whole. So they're informing us, whether we're aware of it or not, all the time. So close your eyes and drop into your eyes. Intuition. Here's your intuition about this next chapter. This chapter. It's your intuition.
So this is where I'm confused. Because I know that's driving to the gut, but my head keeps thoughts and images, right? And visualization. So how do I separate that?
You just mind too. So when if you ever get the gut reaction to something, your instinct, going one way, you say, oh, you get those gut reactions to anything.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain got some gut reactions about this current situation.
So that's kind of what happened. I like a couple weeks ago, I went say on a weekend getaway, and I felt really light. But as soon as I got home, even though that like I had all the comforts there and utilities, amenities, like a lot better than where I was going to that weekend that away. There's kind of like there was a sinking.
Just notice that. It's kind of back to this everybody. Just doing something different.
Yeah, and I also noticed that when I am away from home, that my eating disorder was a lot better, that I could eat without throwing up. But as soon as I got home, it's kind of like I just kind of like threw up like 3 times last night, and I couldn't hold it. Yeah.
Gut giving you a lot of information.
Yeah.
It's really do for good. It's for that note now that you kind of know now. Who's this? Mark, who's this? I'm just that you form when I call it the truth, the whole you.
I think that deep down, this is kind of like an entanglement. So deep down, I know that I want to move on, but up here,
It's telling me stories. It's telling me this part's based on God. This part's based on future.
yeah, I think that this mm, is it's not only on the past, but it's like it's more of like the anxiety toward the future because I don't know if I have the ability to go toward that direction. But I think it's pretty clear that my heart and my gut really want to move on, but my head says that, oh no, you cannot afford that. You cannot find a place where they would accept all of your fur babies and, say, or,
It's your head this time.
yeah, yeah.
Stairs in your heart down.
It remembers kind of like the, the achy feeling, when I was in the marriage. It's like it remembers there were times where I was locked myself in the closet in the dark room and it's kind of like very heavy. Yeah. And for say all the times that I wanted to end my life, it was nothing logical about it. There was like no thought, there was no all the pros and cons. it was just like, it was the pain there, and it felt just like, it's like literally, that like it was hard to breathe. Yeah, yeah.
So, weighing all of this information, it's just information, right?
Mhm.
What is the difference? Will make a difference. It's, you know, as you step forward into this new chapter.
Can you ask that question again?
Now that you know this, you know this, you know this. Yeah, what's the difference that'll make a difference? Will empower you in this new chapter.
I think the the option is a little bit more clear. Um, to-
That's the difference that'll make a difference. As think about what do you know now that you didn't know before?
that I want to move on a lot more than I thought. Interesting. Now that we talk about it, I just noticed that myself was holding my breath. I didn't really, I was holding it while I was talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Mm. Quite a shift. Wonderful. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for volunteering.
Thank you. This is fascinating and scary at the same time because it feels like all the information has been there.
Yes. 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 But when we limit ourselves, what the head is telling us, like that 10, 15, generous 15%, we're leaving 85% of us out of our decision making matrix.
You rank the importance of it though, because the brain is also part of your body.
It's not a competition. It's all information in you, the whole you. It's all these different intelligent systems inform the whole thing. You can make decisions. There's no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong where you're just letting life unfold from the choices you make.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is the breakthrough.
Yeah, you never know how that is going to unfold with people, but I find it always brings up different perspectives, and especially for my clients who are very analytical and stuck in their head, really starts opening their awareness to all sorts of different realms of possibilities. So, and I love the way you say it. It's fascinating and scary, but it's also, opens up new worlds of possibilities. Yeah.
And it's scary because it's not something that I have to imagine or I have to see or an answer. That's like when you say that, oh, I need to. It's like, oh, I don't know. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, because it's not in your conscious awareness. My hands are always fidgeting because that's where I put all my anxiety. I put it down in my fingers.
when you share it though, you share such beauty as you speak. It's a kind of freeing, isn't it? It's kind of an opening, like there's possibilities for everything. And your gentleness helps people. Yes, this is possible. This is
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. Well, for me, I enter this dance with this person.
Uh-huh.
You know, I try to discover your map of reality, and then we play and we shift things, so we create something new. Any questions or comments?
Can you tell us any comments that you can share? Some of us get permission.
Trying to think of concrete examples, because that week I came home and just did it on all of my clients that week. It was from profound to, oh, that wasn't the best tool to pull out, but okay, yes. My veteran client who is thought he's stuck in a situation with a roommate that he doesn't really want to be there. And drop into his heart, his gut, and it brought him to the awareness of, oh wow, I'm really not happy about this. My head thinks I've got this responsibility, but my heart and my gut are telling me something completely different. So then he started to take steps to remedy that situation. He's much happier now. Another client who's recently in the 12-step program, and that's bringing up a lot of shame for her. So we had heart gutted that, and her heart told her about shame, which dropped into her heart. There was a shift, and she goes, "It's not there." Yeah. Which is a very transformational moment for her. More in alignment with the heart. The story ahead in the programming that particular modality downloads.
Yeah, usually when I think about it, there are conflicts between the mind and the heart. But where I can just listen, because it's easier to understand this line to
Again, not to judge anything right, wrong, good, bad, misaligned or not. What I find is there's more of a conflict usually between the mind and the heart gut than between the heart and the gut. But again, these are just different perspectives, different systems of intelligence within us. So I think having like a bigger toolbox enhances, right?
There's a good book called The Body Keeps Score. You got it? Yeah. And then because whatever we've experienced there, it's hitting somewhere in the body and the brain. And the idea of putting different parts is the polyvagal nerve. It's the vagus nerve. If the precision doesn't feel like between the three different parts, you get losing more work. If it feels okay with all of the three parts, then you're probably making a decision. But gut feeling, it's real. A gut feeling is real. If it doesn't feel right to you, then it can really, something isn't right.
Yeah, I've certainly learned to listen to my gut a lot more. And just thank whatever part creates synchronicities and learning to trust the flow of life unfolding than trying to control it on any level anymore. And that's just been my spiritual evolution as I progress in my own journey. It was a little short today, but thank you for letting me share and talk. There, any other?
What would be the change? Explain why change is so hard.
Change should be the easiest thing. It's the only constant in the universe.
What was that?
Change is the only constant in the universe. Everything has changed. And that's precisely why it is hard for them, because they're resisting it.
Because of the resistance.
Mhm.
That's why it's hard.
Yep.
Absolutely. Tina, thank you so much. That was absolutely beautiful. You can stay up here with me. And I want to say thank you to everybody for coming to the meeting today. I want to also let everyone know, if you're getting our newsletters, you are on our mailing list, and then you know that we have board positions open and we are doing voting this month. So make sure to check that out. If you are a member, we would love for you to participate and join us. And if you're not yet, definitely check out the website ngh-wa.org and consider joining us. We would love to see you. And make sure to keep an eye on the meetup. It has all of our meetings coming up. Like I said, next month we're going to have our holiday dinner, and then we have our World Hypnotism Day in January, and then we will be back to our regularly scheduled second Saturday morning of the month meetings that rotate between the different libraries here in King Snohomish County, right in there. And those will be back in February. So thank you all so much for being here with us. We appreciate you in person and online, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye, everyone.